This little out of the way. I can explain it, so this is more behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So I want to give you guys a glance into like what it's like to be a public speaker and a national traveler.
Without further ado, we have an amazing keynote speaker today.
Emmy award-winning designer, founder of The Future.
Let's give an incredible welcome, Chrisdo.
Chrisdo.
You retired? I used to describe myself as a graphic designer. That was my identity that I built around. But today, I describe myself mostly as an educator. Maybe they want to be a public speaker. The way that the education takes shape is different depending on where I go. It could be running a workshop, it could be doing a piece of content for YouTube, a lecture, a keynote, or to do a fireside chat.
Yeah, it's working. Okay, good.
I'm really excited about helping people solve either limiting beliefs or maybe a more technical problem in their business.
Oh, you are the reason that I started my clothing brand.
Oh, wonderful.
That's why.
Beautiful, man.
Really appreciate
Congrats,
it.
brother. Congrats.
Thank you.
If we can do that, it's going to positively impact their lives and the lives of the people that they care about. And that's what really gets me excited. And then they're giving away the $10 million.
In your workshop, you actually strike like extremely confident extrovert person, but you say that you are a loud introvert, right?
Yep.
So is it like your second identity? It's a good acting.
I've been tested twice, both by professionals who've looked at the answers, but the way that they give you the answer, as far as I can remember, it's like you fit in one or two categories, an introvert or an extrovert, but I think there must be a spectrum here. And a term that I've learned a couple of years ago is an ambivert. So you're kind of straddling between an extrovert and introvert. I've mostly identified as an introvert, mostly because when I came to the United States, I didn't feel like I fit in. So maybe I was in the ambivert space, but because I didn't feel like I belonged, I wasn't welcome, that I started to default into a space where I didn't want to be around people, and being around people made me feel anxious, and it drained all of my energy, which is the definition of introversion.
I have no idea where to go. Is it around here?
Yeah, hey, look, you just. Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
When
Tomorrow morning at between 8 and 9, can you come by?
Yeah.
Just so we can check your stuff.
Keynote or?
No, I'm doing DCDE. I'm running the stage.
I see, okay, yeah.
And you're speaking there.
8 to 9, you say?
Yeah, because aren't you speaking?
I am, but at 3 o'clock, yes.
Right, but we only
Maybe
have
catch
rehearsal
up.
time between 8 and
Gotcha.
9.
Okay.
Bring your latest presentation
Okay,
so that we can
got
get because we don't have HDMI on stage.
We don't?
No, but I have a Mac there.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Just show up at
okay.
8. Okay? Show up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
8 and 9?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry to bother you.
No, it's
Have fun.
all good.
Have
Okay,
fun.
thanks, Jeff.
Sorry, may I have a photo, dude?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hi, how are you? Good morning. As I start to find my own identity, my voice, and healing from within,
Back there, they have
feeling
like a-
self-acceptance and self-love, because around family and friends, I'm very outgoing. I want to be a character to make them laugh, to tell jokes and roast people lightly.
It sounds like a freaking turbo on a car.
What gear is he in though?
I don't know. 7. Keep grinding every gear.
I wanted the Porsche. I got you one.
No, I don't want a turbo Porsche.
And I just never did that for anybody outside of my family.
Great.
I like that you do the no look. I'm horribly awkward, shy. I don't really know how to start conversations. I don't know how to end them, and they get pulled into things. I might tap out and just ask for help, but why don't we walk down here a little bit and see if anybody's here? And I don't want to develop social skills. So what I want to do is to develop really great content so that I don't have to develop social skills. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. I walk around, somebody has seen a piece of content or they know of me from some other place or somebody has something nice to say. It removes the need for me to figure out how to start a conversation with them. You coming to my workshop? Oh. Okay, so see you. Oh, you are? Okay, all right, beautiful. Do you know where it's supposed to be? Okay, I'll find out. Right? team members like, hey, Simon's here, Simon Squibb is here, you gotta go talk to him. Like, yeah, how's that gonna happen? Through content is how it's gonna happen. So the content that you create, whether it's a post, a podcast, or a video that you make, is your introduction.
You need to give him
Hello, hi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and it's gonna warm up a cold audience. That's why I'm such a big believer in making content that is true to who you are, in the spirit of generosity, and just giving away that, like that, because those kind of relationships can happen. Great, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's talking your workshop?
My workshop is going to be in 1 hour. It's on selling, sales, half-day workshop. So there's some spots open, I think. So if you can make it, I'd love to see you there. Okay, yeah. Hello, hi. Good, how are you? I would say, like, I'm a humanist. I trust people. I think people have good natures in them. So I'll find it. No, okay.
Can you please send someone to help him out?
I'll figure it out.
You can take a photo.
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Have a nice day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
David, let's go over here. We'll get help. And I say yes to things that I don't vet properly. I don't check the back channels to verify everything. Because my life I am where I am right now because I've said yes to things that I probably shouldn't have said yes to. And it gets me sometimes in trouble, but mostly it creates opportunities and opens doors that I didn't even think about.
Where's your lost?
I was here yesterday. It's so confusing to me.
Okay, where are you looking?
I do a workshop.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Workshops are upstairs or in the
That's why. We're in the wrong place.
But where's your workshop?
It's here somewhere. It's in the circle.
So you go upstairs
Yeah.
and probably to this side.
Okay, that's probably what it is. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you. So for 20 some odd years, I made commercials and music videos. I was relatively well known, or at least our company was well known within a certain circle. And for a period of time, we're like one of the top 10 motion design companies in the world doing what it is that we do. So we had the lion's share of opportunities. So if you were an ad agency and you wanted to work with us, there was kind of like a wait list. There was too much demand and not enough supply of what we do. Those are great times, by the way. We made so much money. I miss those days. So I would say, like, because there's only 15 people, keep doing like this and basically, let's put it on the tables. We're gonna do 2 per table. We win awards, we'd be featured in design annuals, and we would be invited to speak at design conferences and talk about the work. But outside of a very small group of people, no one really cared. 2 per table. There should be 16. It wasn't until I'm like 42 years old, I'm on YouTube making content, teaching people how to do things. They should have been here by now. Okay. That is now focused on how it can serve them versus how I'm talking about myself. There's a big difference there.
Hey everyone, I'm Jose Caballero and I talk about the design of business.
And I'm chrisdo and I talk about the business of design.
Hey everybody, Chris here. Everybody, welcome to The Process. I'm Chris.
So my production company called Blind, started in 1995, was about talking about our work, our process, and how creative we are.
I knew I wanted to be in business for myself. I needed to find clients, but what we did, it wasn't a lot of structure to that.
That's what we did to let people know what we did so that we can get new leads. As soon as they shifted the conversation away from things that we do or things that we sell to how it can serve you, the audience started to show up.
Welcome to a super short episode of The Future. Today we're going to talk about the 5 things that creatives do to lose clients. Today's episode, I'm talking to you about the ways that you need to listen, and that's your secret power to selling more with less effort, without the friction.
It takes time to find your voice, to figure out what you should be talking about, and for the audience to find you. The problem that most people have is a couple of things. Number one, they have unrealistic expectations of what's going down. So they create content, and they're like, hey, it's not blown up, it hasn't gone viral, no one's showing up. You got to put in the reps. And eventually, you start to figure out what the audience wants. More importantly, you discover your own voice. The second mistake that people make is they make content. They're like, Chris, I've been doing this for 5 years. Nothing is changing. Then ask them, well, what has changed? They're like, nothing has changed. Well, that's the problem. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You can't just keep making the same content and not growing, evolving, finding your voice, and not getting any results and thinking it's going to change. I asked them, have you worked with a coach? Have you gone to workshops? Have you read books? Have you studied other people? Have you reverse engineered success? And I'm like, no, and no. Well, why would you expect a different result? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Tell me about today.
I'm feeling super excited.
First time or new 4-hour sales workshop.
Yeah. In Dubai.
In Dubai.
Half day.
There you go.
Some new challenges.
So we got the whole team here. We got Dave. We got Dave Square, which is funny.
D squared.
D squared.
D squared, brother. D squared.
We're
The two
here.
Daves.
We're locked in. We
We're
got
locked
the whole
in.
team. Hollyland, thanks for the product. Testing it out here.
What are you testing out?
Hollyland.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
Plug.
plug. Lobby Max, baby, sponsor us.
Prior to any conference, when I'm speaking, I'm literally working on the deck to the last possible second because I keep thinking, can I remove this slide? Can I add something? Can I change it? Can I tweak it, make it better? Since you're here on time, I'm going to hand out the notebooks. There's some parts in here, I would just suggest that you read through it first. Okay? So you and a friend. And there's a reason why I do this. First of all, for all you astrological folks who are aligned to astrology, I'm a Capricorn. You might know what that means. I'm a goat. Symbol of the goat, and the goat, the way the goat climbs up a mountain is it takes small leaps and it goes left and right, and it can sheer very tall mountains. It's not fast, it's just consistently moving up. This time, you can read through it. It is meant to be mostly self-contained, but I'll walk you through it all. Sure. And when I went to see my therapist, she's just not into astrology. She said, Chris, you're a constant improver. A constant improver? That means you take an idea and you keep refining, refining, refining. So maybe the first iteration isn't perfect, maybe the 100th isn't perfect, but eventually it will be perfect.
Is it going to be interactive again?
100%? What do you mean? I just want you to read for 4 hours. Yeah, 100% interactive. Hopefully as interactive as I can make it.
Okay.
I'm going to show you what the deck looks like in its current state. And I have a challenge right now. It's because it's the only workshop I'm doing that's like this that is half a day. So there's this quote, and it's a quote from Thufir, a character in Dune, one of my favorite books and movies. So Thufir, a fictional character, says the heaviest thing in the world isn't gold and metals. It's the weight of unmade decisions, and that's a theme for the workshop today.
Not being evasive on purpose, you're just not clear. Right, you don't feel it. You feel it, right? It has to be your real business.
We historically think of extroverts as being better at sales, but I think they actually have a disadvantage because they're busy doing most of the talking.
I don't want to do a fake problem because you're not that good of an actor yet.
I find that the interesting thing about introverts and people who are really shy and quiet is they are really good listeners. And in sales, you need to be a good listener.
Real problem, real business. Please, you're killing me.
You need to pay attention to what's being said, and you can process things differently. It takes you more time, but you're not doing all the talking. The problem with introverts when it comes to sales is that they don't agree to take the meeting. They don't have a lot of confidence. They don't say things more precisely, and they're just in your own head. So if we can teach them some of the tools and the frameworks to have conversations, they're going to do really, really well.
Well, let's do the math together. It'd be 20K, 70% of which, well, we'll just talk about the new 10K. 7K in profit a month times 12 is what? 84. Huh? 84? 84. I can tell you what, I could probably come up with a plan for you for less than that. Would you be interested in that? Okay. Maybe 7,500? Okay, we'll stop there. You see how it's done? Okay. Who said take my money? Yeah, he said me either. See, it's pretty straightforward, right? A sales conversation is as natural as that.
Pricing is positioning. When you price a product, a phone, a bottle of water, or a piece of clothes, it says to the rest of the people, only people who have these values could buy this thing.
Quickly, anybody?
There's this idea that when you charge a certain price, you have to deliver a specific outcome. You might have to guarantee certain things. You might have to justify why it costs so much, and we get trapped in our own head.
We left the dog right there. It was like ready to come in the door. Number two is that through, you said, a connection.
So when you go and buy an expensive shirt from Dolce & Gabbana or Versace or whatever, what promises did the brand make to you, except for the price? Did they say you're going to be more attractive?
There's a way for you to ask for referrals from your existing clients, but be able to charge more. Is that of interest to you?
Yes.
That's an opportunity. You see?
Did they say you're going to have a better physique? Or people are going to open doors for you in business? No, they make no promises. The only promise is this is going to cost this much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming out. If you want to take a picture with me, I'll take it outside. I just got to clean up. So when you price your services, like in video production or graphic design, you are not operating in the way that the rest of the world works. The first thing you should be thinking about is, what kind of client do I want to attract? I mean, what price point would be attractive to them? So when you price something like for $99, you're going to attract anybody and everybody, and people who especially do not care about the product that they get and who they work with. They don't care about the customer service or the process at all. They want something fast and they want it cheap. So by pricing it that way, you're saying I'm fast and cheap and I don't really care either. Somebody's like, why should I pay you 20 grand? Your answer shouldn't be to justify. If you start to justify, you're already ceding the higher ground. You're saying, I will prove myself to you and explain why it's worth as much. Your answer should be what BMW would say, or Dolce & Gabbana, or Louis Vuitton. It should just be because it is. I'm not telling you it's worth it. I'm not saying you should spend this kind of money. But if you want me to do your project, it's going to be that price. You have options. I hope you make the right decision. That's nice. You want to take a picture? Let's walk.
No, can I have a picture? I want to have a picture too.
Huh?
Can I have a picture?
Yeah, if you can walk, can we walk? Oh, the lighting is good here.
Yeah.
Nice job. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Oh, let's go. When you create content, and there's someone out there in the world who has basically one opportunity to say hello to you, to share a little bit of their story, or to have a moment with you, that's it for them. That's not it for me, because I had many of those opportunities. Thank you. Okay, yeah. All right, where to now? So I understand now why people who have some level of fame or notoriety, you have to be extra careful when you're outside, because that's the one impression that person is going to want away with. And for the most part, unless I'm really going to compromise myself, I try to make that extra 5 or 10 seconds to say hello, to take a picture with them, and then move on.
Thank you, big fan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Because I know that if I don't, their impression is, what a jerk. That guy is so fake. He says he's about this and he's not really about that at all.
I'm trying to get, what if you could just sign this? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's walk. You got a camera?
I know, I might only my phone.
Yeah, and that's a camera. Go ahead. I have to go back to the workshop.
Yeah, I know. I have been waiting for it.
Okay. And I don't want to be like that. I know people like that. I met them in life. And so I will make that time. Where I have to draw the line and boundaries, like you said, if I'm really late and have to be somewhere, I'm like, I'm sorry I have to be somewhere. Or if they're asking me to do things I don't feel comfortable with, which you've seen me do too, like, I'm not going to do that. I cannot do that. I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of time, or I'm uncomfortable. I can say that, no problems.
I'm in charge of investment forum.
Okay, sure.
How's everything good?
It's good, but I have no time to talk.
No worries.
You got something to run, okay? Sorry. Appreciate it. Are you enjoying the summit so far? Yeah, see you.
Usually I'm in my room alone, but my kids have been traveling with me, which has been a challenge, but also a blessing, because they're both adults now, 18 and 21, so the time in which we're going to be able to spend together is going to get shorter and shorter. So these are very bittersweet moments. Like, I'm fully immersed and present in the moment, but knowing that how many more times do we get to do this before they have their own families, before they have their own challenges? So it's very precious for me, and it's a boys trip only.
Got my bag, my man purse? You got it all. Okay, what's up? One picture, yeah. With you? Yeah. Okay, hi. Okay, we're out here, guys. We're done? All right, let's go.
If you want to be successful at anything in life, there are probably two things that you need to do. Number one is you have to get into tune or frequency with what it is your heart wants, what you're most passionate about, things that feel natural to you, and doesn't require much effort.
You follow me, send me a message. I would like to take a look at the book, but I'm over limit and my luggage is kind of
But unfortunately, we've been given a program that we must do X, Y, or Z to be successful, and we start to bury and repress those things about ourselves, and we're trying to be somebody else. Like, David, your first act was to become a lawyer, and you went all the way, and you became a lawyer, but that's not what your heart wanted. So as soon as you finished that part, you started to pursue the thing that was deepest in your heart, which is to be an artist, to make films using cameras and lenses of lighting, telling stories and becoming interested in people. And the more you could do that, the more successful I think you're going to become.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Faster.
Faster and faster and faster and faster. Woo, Interstellar!
That's not a guarantee for financial success, but I think that's a guarantee for successful living. So that you wake up each morning with a fire in your belly, a sparkle in your eye, and just full of energy. And number two, a critical one, is for you to not think that you have all the answers yourself, to seek mentorship to help you see the things that you cannot see. I'm a forever student. I want to learn, I want to grow, and I think it's super exciting about why. So sometimes people arrive at a location, a destination, and they say, I've reached the top of a mountain, I don't want to learn anymore. They stop growing, they stop evolving. That's how you design yourself out of a business.
It was a wonderful day. I'm a little heated, and just grateful for the experience. We got some great feedback from people who attended it. And it's kind of interesting when you're not a salesperson and sales training professionals come to you and it's like, I learned something that was great. Love how you did that. That's a big tip to the hat. So I'm appreciative of that. It's gonna be hard.
Thanks for spending some time with us. I will see you really soon. Good night.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Good day.